Hey, still working on my videos for Unis Honest. This one is talking about the video called Drunk College Party Simulator. And this one was just Mark and Ethan having some fun with some beer goggles. They still had like the Valentine's Day decorations up, I think, in like Mark's living room, dining room sort of area. And they put on some beer goggles. They tried to do the bedsheet toga and they tried to play beer pong but with water. I can't really remember. But it was fun. And like I think one of the beer goggles made things wobbly, one turned things 90 degrees, and then the other one turned things upside down. Which yikes. Any of those sound I feel like the first ones would be the ones I would tolerate the most. I feel like the other ones would just be no, absolutely not. I'm bad at even like looking in the mirror and like doing something correctly with my brain like backwards on it. Um but it was good. And like it's so funny cuz I feel like the only time I ever had interacted with beer goggles was like we had some in high school, some whole like day seminar of like this is what it's like to try to walk in a straight line while you're drunk, and they had you put the beer goggles on and try to do the thing. And it was pretty funny to watch and actually kind of hard. I remember one of my friends trying very hard to balance on the line and actually doing a very good job, but there was this one point where she was like tilted sideways and like trying to wave her arm to get balance. But she like, hey man, she nailed it. Like, sure, like that's not how anybody walks straight on a line, but it's just like it's so funny how it can affect like the way your brain perceives like are you even walking upright and things, to even just have your vision impaired even if you're not actually drunk. But yeah, it was just kind of funny because I think like Mark and Ethan made some joke too that like neither of them really did the drunk party college experience. I went to a big party college that tried to say it wasn't a big party college, but it was, Mizzou, if any of y'all are familiar with that. But I didn't really like get too much in the party scene. I was more interested in just being a good student, and also I worked nearly full time the whole time as well. So I was too busy. Like there was no way. I think I had maybe an opportunity where I could have snuck off to one party or two, but I just, I just was like, I've heard stories. I don't know. I was just like not sure on it. And there's definitely like a little piece of me that kind of wishes I at least like had done something. And I went to like a couple of like smaller scale parties, I guess. But yeah, I never did like the total big crazy thing. But honestly, I think I would have kind of been overwhelmed or maybe even disgusted. I try not to judge people for how they want to live their lives and, how they want to let loose or what their idea of fun is. But um, and I'm a person who likes a good drink, and I've definitely had my nights where I've had one too many. But there was definitely like one night I had a really fun ladies' night out in the town actually, when all of us were legal drinking age. But we definitely saw like some younger students like getting sick on the sidewalk. And we were just like, dude, like, that's not a fun time. Getting sick in public is never a fun time. But we had a really wonderful night, and all of us were safe, and none of us got sick or anything. And yeah, like I've had some very like fond, near and dear sort of memories, but I haven't had like, yeah, the crazy college party. And I'm a kind of person, I don't live with a lot of regrets, if any. And that's not one of them. It's just something I'm kind of like, it'd been nice, but I think Mark and Ethan kind of nailed it. I think they had a good time and they tried to do the toga thing and like they played with beer goggles. I think Mark can't drink alcohol or it affects his system in a certain way that he doesn't like to. Um, I guess Ethan drinks, but I don't think they really implemented this for this particular video, and that's totally fine. I don't have like a whole heck of a lot to say though. Like, uh, I mean, be responsible with your drinking. Step one. I enjoy a really good, well crafted beverage. I even enjoy like, yeah, rail whiskey and Coke. Like, from time to time. I'm not terribly picky drinker, but I think it's important to like to respect it and acknowledge that like alcohol isn't a terribly controlled substance. It used to be in the Prohibition era, and that just made things worse, I think. There's a lot of interesting history about alcohol, but I also think it's something that is very important to take very seriously. I think some people in that sort of drunk college vibe. I mean, I guess I can't speak for them because I'm not, and I'm no longer a college kid that's going to college parties or anything. But I think that there is sometimes kind of a toxic mentality, and this goes for anything, like not just alcohol, but like other substances. And I think that some people sometimes take it a little too seriously. They think it's like so much fun, or they pressure other people to drink because they think it'll be fun if they drink. And it's like, I don't think that that's a good time. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think you have to drink to have fun. I'm even a big proponent of this sort of movement of like mocktails and non-alcoholic but still very fancy cocktail style things. The word cocktail, I think, just means a mix of things. Like, I think fruit salad cocktail is a thing, and it's just fruit. It's just fruit in a bowl. There's no alcohol involved. Or cranberry juice cocktail is a typical thing you can find in bottles in supermarket, but it's not alcoholic. It's a cocktail of fruit juices that emulate cranberry juice. It's like apple and pear and grape and a little bit of cranberry, but no alcohol. So I think it's interesting. I don't know. Anyways, I think it's interesting, and I think it's very important that yeah, we make non-alcoholic drinks fun too, and that we emphasize that people can have fun without getting drunk. And honestly, getting too drunk, I think, can lead to a bad time. So I think these are all important things to take into account, whether you're in college, whether you're in high school, whether you are a grown-ass adult. Do be responsible, and I hope you are safe with your drinking. I hope you have fun with it, whether you do or don't drink. But I think that there are some people that they don't drink and they don't want to be pressured into drinking, and I think it's important for us to respect their boundaries too. So anyways, yeah, I think that Mark and Ethan did a really good job of the sort of drunk college party simulator, just kind of doing the beer goggles and playing the beer pong game. Yeah, and I think it can be fun. I think it'd be fun because of the people you're with, honestly. I think that that's a more important, music and dancing and good people, good vibes. And yeah, if there's, a nice brew on tap, that's good too. But I don't think it's a necessary part of it. And I think it's interesting how our society does sometimes create these clusters of of joy and socializing that is centric and social, and it's for whatever reason it's important that there's alcohol present, or there's food present. I think it's interesting that we make these gatherings, and I bet there's some reason for why that is. Probably way back in the way back days of hunting and gathering. Once something's killed, yes, everybody gets together and eats. I'm sure there's so many reasons for these things. But yeah, I think it's important, yeah, to just enjoy the people you're around. And yeah, and I like to kind of deconstruct why it is that we party, or why it is that we get together in those ways. So anyways, yeah, I think that's all I kind of have to say on that, but I will see you guys in the next video.